morning students, welcome to the class. So in today's class we need to learn about East India Company begins trade in Bengal and how the trade leads to the battle and the Battle of Plassey, which is very important. So these three concepts we'll try to complete in this session. So the first one is East India Company construct the forts. In 1651, for the first time, the East India Company starts its factory on the banks of river Hooghly. Yes, at that time, this factory called as factor. What they kept in the factory? Yes, they have a warehouse where they can keep the goods which they need to export to England, and they construct an office where the officials, company officials sat. So this factory consists of a warehouse and an office. Slowly they asked all the traders and the persons who related with their company, asked them to come to the office and settle nearby the office areas. And in 1696, for the first time, they started constructing the forts around their factories. So we already learned that they are bringing the guns and the bomb materials and they started building the forts around their goods. So these all starting, we felt that and Indians felt that to protect themselves from the other rivalry competitions, they are doing so. But slowly they try to bribe the Mughal empires also. In order to increase their profit, they has to do something else. So they started bribing Mughal Empire Aurangzeb. Yes. So they got a farman from the Aurangzeb. The farman means the word of the king or order of the king. So in those times, you know that what the word comes from the mouth of the king is like an official agreement. Yes. So by the bribing of Aurangzeb, they got a farman, means a word from Aurangzeb that they can do the business in Bengal without paying any duties, means any taxes. Without paying a single rupee to the Indian government, they can do the business in Bengal. Not only this, they got the Zamindari rights over 3 villages. So, by the bribing of Aurangzeb, they got the rights, Zamindari rights on 3 villages. So, Zamindari rights means collecting the taxes and giving those taxes to the king. So, that responsibility now in the hands of the Britishers. One of these village is Calcutta, so which later grew as the city of Calcutta. Now we are calling it as Kolkata. Yes, so the Zamindari rights over the Calcutta now in the hands of Britishers. So which was the heart of West Bengal now in the hands of Britishers. So by the bribing of the Mughal empires, they can trade without paying any duty taxes. The Britishers did not get satisfaction by this, and they continuously asking more and more concessions in doing the business in Bengal. Not only this, and they are starting misusing the farman and the concessions which were given by Mughal empires. For example, we can take the Aurangzeb farman. So according to the word of Aurangzeb, which he had given to the Britishers, the only East India Company need not pay any taxes or need not pay the duty in doing its trade. But the company officials who were doing the business individually or personally has to pay the duty to the Bengal government. But the officials refused to pay the taxes. Who are doing the individual business, those people also. So the England people totally stopped the paying taxes to the Bengal government. This leads to the drastic fall down of the Bengal revenue. And such kinds of things are not at all encouraged by the Bengal Nawabs. Economically, Bengal become weak and weak because of the Britishers' deeds. So the Bengal Nawabs are not at all satisfied by the things of the Britishers. So the rivalry starts between the Bengal Nawabs and Britishers. So this was the starting point for the battles between the Britishers and Indians. Now the second topic in our today's session is how the trade led to the battle. Yes. So the Mughal empires not at all liking the deeds of the Britishers, that misusing their word and constructing the forts, not paying the duties at all. After Aurangzeb, Murshid Quli Khan, and Murshid Quli Khan followed by Ali Baddi Khan and then Siraj-ud-Dawla. All these were very great and strong Mughal empires. So they strongly decided that not to encourage Britishers in Bengal domain. Yes, and especially Siraj-ud-Dawla. So who was the powerful Mughal empire? So he stopped all the activities of the Britishers in Bengal. So he stopped the Britishers from not to building the forts, not to mint the coins, and he asked a huge amount of the tributes to the Bengal government in order to do the business in Bengal. The Mughal empires claimed that the Britishers did a lot of damage to the Bengal revenue by not paying the taxes. And these Britishers are writing disrespectful letters to the Nawabs. And they are not giving any respect to the Nawab or his subjects, means the persons who follow the word of Nawab. And they means Britishers humiliate the Nawab and his followers. So all these are claims against the Britishers by our Mughal empire. So on the side of Britishers, they claimed that the Nawab's behavior is not good with them and the Nawabs are not allowing them to trade smoothly in Bengal. Elimination of the duty taxes on the goods and giving the Zamindari rights to the more villages and rebuild their forts. So these are the demands of Britishers. These clashes led to the historical battle, the Battle of Plassey. Yes, in 1757, between Siraj-ud-Dawla and the Britishers at the place of Plassey, the Battle of the Plassey occurred. This was very important topic in our history. Why? Because this was the first war between the Britishers and Indians. Yes, this is important not because of the Britishers' victory on Mughals, but the first revolt against the Britishers from the Mughal side. That's why this was an important battle in our history. Let us see how this battle went on. In 1756, Siraj-ud-Dawla became the Nawab of Bengal. Then the East India Company people scared a lot. Why? Because they want a person who listened every word of the company. Means who can give the grants, offerings, and who never asked the duties on the trade. So such kind of a toy Nawab they want. But Siraj-ud-Dawla is a strong emperor and he stopped all the activities of Britishers in Bengal. And he stopped them not to construct the forts and he asked them pay the duties and he collapsed many forts of the Britishers also. So after the negotiation between the Siraj-ud-Dawla and the Britishers, which were failed, so the negotiations and the talks between these two parties were failed. Then Siraj-ud-Dawla with the soldiers of 30,000 people, he marched to the place of Qasim Bazaar. There he caught the Englishmen and he locked all the warehouses and he collapsed the ships, loaded ships to the Britain. So the ships which were ready to go to the Britain, he blocked all the ships and he locked the warehouse. He destroyed the offices of British East India. Then he marched to the Calcutta to destroy the office or factory of the East India Company. By listening the fall of East India Company in Calcutta, the East India Company officials who were stayed in Madras sent the soldiers along with the naval fleet to the West Bengal under the supervision of Robert Clive. Yes, after some days, the talks went on between the Siraj-ud-Dawla and the Robert Clive group, even though those were failed. So Siraj-ud-Dawla was not compromised anymore with the Britishers. Then Robert Clive sent the army against the Siraj-ud-Dawla at the place of Plassey in 1757. So when the talks failed, then Robert Clive led the army against Siraj-ud-Dawla at the place of Plassey. Yes. However, in this battle, Siraj-ud-Dawla defeated. Means Indians were defeated. One of the reasons of the Siraj-ud-Dawla defeat is one of the commander of Siraj-ud-Dawla, Mir Jafar, did not fight at all, and he did not participate well in the battle. Why he did not participate well? So, the group which was led by the Mir Jafar did not participate in the battle actively. Because of that wing defect, Siraj-ud-Dawla failed in the battle. So, this Robert Clive managed to buy Mir Jafar. Yes, Robert Clive gave the word to Mir Jafar. You will be the next Nawab to the Bengal if you help me in crushing Siraj-ud-Dawla. Yes, one of the best commander from the group of Siraj-ud-Dawla sold to the Britishers. Then, because of that reason, in that battle, Siraj-ud-Dawla can't able to win. So, Mir Jafar helped Britishers to crush the Siraj-ud-Dawla. Obviously, after the battle of Plassey, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal, which was a dream of Britishers. The company was still unwillingly taken the administration of the Bengal. It is not at all having any interest in administrating the territories of India. All the company want is more and more grants and has to buy the goods with the cheaper price without paying any taxes and need to get more profits from the India. All the company wants that, and it don't want any administrative powers on Indian territory. That's why the Britishers want a puppet or toy Nawab who listen every word of the Britishers. So they crushed the Siraj-ud-Dawla and make Mir Jafar Nawab of the Bengal. Then we'll see what happened. Thank you.